Welcome to Workplace Jungle.
Friends, countrymen, concerned citizens, we stand at a precipice. India, our nation of aspirations, faces a stark reality, a ticking time bomb of unemployment. 4.5 crore Indians, and likely many more uncounted, are desperately seeking work. This isn't just about statistics. It's about lives, families, futures hanging in the balance. The youth, brimming with potential, are staring at a bleak future. This demands urgent action, not empty promises. The time for band-aid solutions is over. We need a complete overhaul, a paradigm shift. We need to leverage India's strengths, our demographic dividend, our entrepreneurial spirit, and channel them into targeted, high-impact strategies. Friends, the solutions are not shrouded in mystery. They're staring us in the face. We need a multi-pronged approach, a comprehensive plan that tackles this crisis head-on. We need to ignite the engines of job creation, and we need to do it now. And that's what we'll discuss today. Friends, the answer to our employment crisis lies in building the nation brick by brick, road by road. It's time for a massive infrastructure push, a surge of construction that will reshape the landscape of our nation and inject life into our economy. We're talking about large-scale public works projects, highways that crisscross the nation, ports that buzz with activity, airports that connect us to the world, and rural electrification that empowers every village. These aren't just projects, they're engines of job creation. Think about it. Each project requires an army of workers. Unskilled laborers, the backbone of our nation, will find immediate employment. Engineers, architects, and project managers, the skilled workforce, will be in high demand. This is about putting India to work. And the impact goes beyond direct employment. A robust infrastructure fuels economic activity. It facilitates the movement of goods and services, attracts investments, and boosts productivity. It's a virtuous cycle that benefits every citizen. The government's recent increase in capital expenditure is a step in the right direction, but we need to think bigger, bolder, and faster. Projects like Bharatmala and Sagarmala, with their ambitious goals of connecting our nation through highways and waterways, hold immense potential to absorb labor rapidly. We need to expedite these projects, cut through bureaucratic hurdles, and get the ball rolling. This isn't about spending, it's about investing in our future. Friends, the backbone of any thriving economy is its small and medium enterprises, the MSMEs. These are the engines of growth, the job creators, the heart and soul of our nation's economic activity. And they're hurting. They're burdened by regulations, starved for capital, and struggling to compete. It's time to unleash their potential, to empower them to become the driving force of employment generation. We need to provide them with the oxygen they need to thrive. Tax breaks that encourage investment, low-interest loans that make capital accessible, and simplified regulations that cut through red tape. We need to create an ecosystem where entrepreneurship can flourish, where businesses can focus on growth and job creation, not bureaucratic hurdles. And let's not forget about labor-intensive manufacturing sectors like textiles, food processing, and leather goods. These industries have the potential to employ millions, particularly in rural areas, but they've been hampered by unfair competition and outdated policies. It's time to level the playing field, to correct the inverted duty structures that have stifled our manufacturing sector. Reviving manufacturing is not a pipe dream, it's a necessity. It's about creating jobs, boosting exports, and reducing our reliance on imports. It's about restoring India's position as a global manufacturing hub. The potential is there, we just need the will to unlock it. Friends, the government has a crucial role to play in incentivizing job creation. We need bold, innovative schemes that encourage businesses to hire, to expand their workforce, and contribute to the economic growth of our nation. And the recently announced budget for 2024 to 25 has laid the groundwork for just that. The employment-linked incentive programs are a step in the right direction, but we need to ensure their effective implementation and expansion. Schemes like wage subsidies for first-time workers can be a game changer, encouraging businesses to take a chance on fresh talent. Imagine the impact of millions of young Indians entering the workforce, earning a livelihood, and contributing to the economy. Similarly, EPFO contribution reimbursements for employers hiring additional staff can provide a much-needed boost to businesses, incentivizing them to expand their operations and create more jobs. These incentives can be particularly effective in formalizing jobs, providing workers with much-needed social security and benefits. But implementation is key. We need to streamline the process, cut through bureaucratic hurdles, and ensure that these schemes reach the intended beneficiaries. And we need transparency and accountability, ensuring that every rupee allocated is used effectively to create jobs and empower our workforce. Friends, we have a vast pool of human capital, millions of young Indians eager to work, to learn, to contribute. But there's a disconnect. The skills they possess often don't align with the demands of the job market. We're facing a skill mismatch crisis, and it's time to address it head-on. The answer lies in mass vocational training programs, but not just any programs. We need targeted training, directly aligned with the needs of the industry. We need to equip our youth with the skills that are in demand, the skills that will make them employable and empower them to succeed in the 21st century workforce. Programs like Skill India are a good start, but we need to scale them up, make them more accessible, and ensure their relevance. And we need to learn from successful models like Generation India, which focuses on training youth for high-growth sectors like technology, healthcare, and green energy. But the government can't do it alone. We need active participation from the private sector, partnerships that bridge the gap between education and employment. Companies need to be involved in the training process, providing input on curriculum design, offering internships and apprenticeships, and ultimately, absorbing the skilled workforce into their ranks. Friends, the world is changing at an unprecedented pace. The digital revolution is upon us, and the transition to a green economy is inevitable. These aren't just global trends, they're opportunities for India to lead the way, to create millions of jobs, and secure a sustainable future for generations to come. Investing in renewable energy is not just about saving the planet, it's about creating jobs. Think about it. Solar power plants require technicians for installation and maintenance, wind energy projects need skilled labor, and the entire supply chain creates a ripple effect of employment opportunities. And then there's the digital economy, a sector brimming with potential. From e-commerce to fintech, from software development to digital marketing, the opportunities are endless. And the best part is, many of these jobs can be done remotely, providing employment opportunities even in remote areas. India's high fintech adoption rate is a testament to our potential in this sector. We're already a global leader in digital payments, and we can leverage this expertise to create a thriving digital economy that empowers millions. We need to invest in digital infrastructure, promote digital literacy, and create an enabling environment for startups and innovators. Friends, while we focus on long-term solutions, we cannot ignore the immediate plight of millions struggling to make ends meet. We need a safety net, a program that provides immediate employment opportunities and uplifts the most vulnerable sections of our society. And that's where the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, the MGNREGA, comes in. MGNREGA has been a lifeline for rural India, providing guaranteed employment and empowering rural communities. But what about our urban poor? What about those struggling to survive in our cities and towns? They too deserve a safety net, a chance to earn a dignified living. It's time to extend the MGNREGA model to urban areas. A decentralized urban employment and training scheme can be a game changer, providing employment opportunities for casual workers in public works projects. Imagine the impact of cleaning up our cities, improving urban infrastructure, and providing a source of income for millions struggling to make ends meet. This isn't just about charity, it's about investing in our people. It's about providing a helping hand, a chance for everyone to contribute and be a part of India's growth story. Friends, the solutions are clear. Combining these strategies, a massive infrastructure push, empowering MSMEs, Incentivizing job creation, bridging the skill gap, embracing the green and digital revolutions, and extending a safety net to all can create 5 to 7 million jobs annually. We can close the gap. We can provide opportunities for the 7.5 million young Indians entering the workforce every year. But it requires decisive action, a sense of urgency, and a commitment to putting India back on the path of progress. We need to prioritize infrastructure and MSMEs for immediate impact, while simultaneously investing in skilling and the green sector for sustainable long-term growth. The time for debate is over. The time for action is now. Let's come together as a nation and build a future where every Indian has the opportunity to succeed, to contribute, and to live a life of dignity and prosperity. This is our chance, our moment to define the destiny of a generation. Let's not let it slip away.